Hey guys, I just got a package from All Electronics. I'm just excited to get another package from them. When I first started getting into electronics, they were the website I used. Not sure how I found them, probably just typed in Google electronics parts and they were one of the first ones to come up. So anyway, I've been using them for quite some time. I like to browse their site for random things because they tend to get a lot of parts that are previously used in other machines. Sometimes solenoids you can get really cheap. Big capacitors is something I got in here. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to open this up. And presently they have a deal going on where if you order anything over $75, you get free shipping. So while I was buying things, I decided I may as well meet that goal. And I got quite a few useful things. Now, a recurring project for me is Gauss cannons or Gauss rifles, coil guns, whatever you want to call them. So I decided to get some pretty heavy gauge copper enameled wire. This is 16 gauge. Enameled wire, and it is 63 feet long, so I can make quite a few coils with this stuff. So even if it isn't for a Gauss cannon, I can use it for a solenoid or whatever I choose to use it for. Maybe wrap a transformer up. And I got 10 of these male power plugs, the typical size you would find with most electronics. The interior diameter is 2.1 millimeters, so those are quite nice to have. I actually want to see how these attach on the inside here. So they do screw off there, and just 2 points to solder. Quite nice. So that's a coax. You could use a coax wire with it if you wanted to. Kind of unnecessary since these are typically used for power. You don't need to worry about the integrity of your DC voltage after all. And then I got the female equivalent. These are for panel mount. I also got 10 of these. So there you go. It actually has a switch in there. There are 3 leads. So there's a switch to detect whether there's a plug in there or not. So you could use that to disable the device when it's charging or something along those lines. So that's nice. And just for fun, I got a solar panel. This is an 8.5 volt solar panel, and it is 1.3 watt output. I got this maybe for charging a cell phone, something along those lines. But yeah, it's always fun to have some solar panels. And it does have a nice epoxy coating, so these are capable of being put out in the elements. I got some single-sided printed circuit boards, unetched obviously. They're 4x6 inches. They're quite nice actually. I used one in the past to make this board here. This was for a charging system for a Gauss cannon. It output, I believe, 450 volts. So yeah, I've used it. I've used this type of material before, and it worked out quite well. It's still quite nice and intact. I also got this etchant powder, which I used before on this board, and that does come out quite clean. The edges are very nice. So I had used this etchant powder with that. It's capable of etching 200 square feet, or square inches rather, sorry. 200 square inches of 2-ounce copper, which this would be. And yeah, it does it in 10 minutes, so that's quite nice. And my favorite thing from the order are these guys. They're almost the size of a can of soda. They are 400 volt, 1000 microfarad capacitors, and I intend to use them for a Gauss cannon, or something else that just requires a lot of energy. So yeah, with 400 volt capabilities, that's a little dangerous, so I'll have to be quite mindful of that. And they also have very nice terminals here that unscrew so I can mount connectors onto them if I wish to. And it's always nice to have good, strong connections when you're pushing a lot of current, because these things can deliver quite a lot of current when used. So, yep, that's my order from All Electronics. And yeah, it wasn't too expensive. Overall, I'm quite pleased with what I got for the price I paid. These were actually quite affordable. So, yeah. Just wanted to share that order with you guys and let you know about All Electronics, because it's one of my favorite component dealers out there, because you can get some great deals at times. Alright guys, take care.